Good morning, warriors. Welcome to the next lesson, lesson 6. Today is Monday. Monday, a new day, a new week. In the last week of February. Today we are going to start with the lesson 6. No classwork in it, but we are going to explore an important topic that you have to know. The topic is about the coral reef. What is the coral reef? What is the coral reef? What kind of creatures live in a coral reef? This is the question. And how do they interact with one another? An underwater world. This is the topic. An underwater world. Today we are going to explore about the water and coral reef. Look, this is a coral reef. You have to see that under the water, in the ocean, inside the ocean, the sea, there is there is other like ecosystem that we have to explore and we have to learn how is. Look, so if you see the coral reef is a kind of habitat of different species of fish. How can we see the coral reef? You can do snorkel. Repeat after me. Snorkel. In Roatan, for example, in Honduras, we have a huge coral reef bar. In Honduras, we can find in Roatan, especially Roatan, Cayos Cochinos, and all the Caribbean, in the coast of Honduras, we can find the coral reef. And you can see it doing snorkel, right? With the snorkel, they use like this special mask and they can breathe with some special hoses, and then you can see what's going on inside the water. If one day you go to Roatan, do the snorkel, right? Because you can see the habitat and the ecosystem of the coral reef. It's fantastic. It's awesome. Yes, it is. In Honduras, in this part, in all of this, in here in Roatan, we can find the Caribbean Sea, right? You're not going to find in the ocean, no. It's only in the Caribbean Sea, in the part of Roatan. In here, we have like the coral reef. Is one of the biggest in the planet. Wow! Applause for that. Honduras has fantastic coral reef. So, look, if you see in the coral reef, we can see like the home of different species of creatures. And I'm going to read, for example, what kind of creatures live in this place. For example, sea grasses, right? Sea grasses have different colors, and the fish swim. For example, an octopus nap in the sunlight that filters through the water. Coral reef are busy places and there is always something going on. Corals are tiny creatures that live in colonies. The corals are alive, or large groups. They live in places where the ocean water does not drop much below 64 Fahrenheit degrees, right? So the coral is in places that is not so cold. Look, when they die, they leave behind their limestone skeleton. Living coral attach themselves or the skeletons. Okay, coral reef are just home to living corals underwater. In other words, it's an ecosystem, right? It's like a habitat. It's other planet, chicos. The coral reef is fantastic. We can find different kind of animals. What kind of animals we can find in the coral reef? In order to live, corals need we have different plants, right? And we have like 100,000 species in coral reef around the world. How many? 100,000 species in coral reef around the world. Pay attention because this is coming in the exam. They think they may be as many as 9 times of number, but we have different kind of animals too that live. For some of the most common sea creatures found in coral reef are sponges, jellyfish, shrimps, que ricos, camarones, crabs, lobsters, worms, octopuses, squid, starfish, and sea urchins. In addition, more than 4,000 species of fish make their homes in the coral reef. They provide many places to hide, and there is always plenty of love to eat. What could be a better underwater home? This is the question, right? To understand and follow the paragraph. The world the world's coral reef are in trouble. However, pollution affects the animals that make their homes in coral reef. Overfishing is a problem too. There is a balance in nature that gets upset when people take too many of one kind of fish from oceans. Scientists are also worried about global warming. Okay, something important we have to study about the coral reef is that the coral reef is beautiful, is fantastic, is awesome because it's an ecosystem, it's a home of different species of animal, but is very weak. Es bien débil el arrecife. O sea, if the people go and touch this, can destroy the coral reef. Number two, the garbage, plastic, pollution destroy the coral reef, right? If you want to help save the reefs, spread the word about the marine communities. There is nothing else quite like them in the world. It's something fantastic and it's something awesome. But always, humans are destroying. I don't know why we don't have to destroy the coral reef. So this is the topic of today. 7 minutes to class, very short, no classwork. See you the next meet. Love you so much and see you the next lesson. Bye.